Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with a video response to none other than my Click 30 partner himself, Assault and Battery 777. I would make a video response to freaking Yeah88, my other partner in crime, but he doesn't make videos anymore. No, all in all, basically, Yeah made a response video. Make sure you go check that out. One of his favorite wrestlers, well, I don't want to say his favorite wrestlers, but a guy that he really likes and is really cared about. One of those guys, how, basically I've always stuck to being like a Jack Swagger fan, even through the highs and the lows that he's had. You've stuck with your guys because you picked them. And picked Chris Hero as the guy that he really followed through the indies. We'd always go out and check him out at PWG, followed him through ROH. He got to sign his deal after having some ups and downs, much like how Bryan got his contract offer. He failed his physical, then he went back in and got his physical, then he became Cassius Ohno, and he followed him through NXT, hoping to see him make the roster. And even though there's been there's rumors of him being ups and downs through the FCW and NXT days, he received his release yesterday, and basically he made a very, very good video talking about the state of WWE, the state of their developmental, and everything that goes along with that. So basically that's a good minute-long shout-out. Go check out freaking 88's video. If I can remember, and I put it down in the description below. Make sure you go check on that. But Ravi made a video yesterday talking about basically the state of the WWE, the state of WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and everything that goes along with that. And basically, I agreed with a lot of what he was doing until basically I caught at the end of the video, he went over the card on what WrestleMania would be. And basically, there's a lot of stuff. Basically, there's the rumor of CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. I'm a sort of a fan of CM Punk winning the Rumble. I was able to call Cena winning the Rumble last year a long way out, and basically, I didn't like the way that they put CM Punk into a match at WrestleMania last year. He had a very big featured match against The Undertaker, and how that match was figured out was there was a fatal four-way on the Monday Night Raw that was old school Raw. There was a four-way where they just put four dudes in a match. CM Punk, Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and Randy Orton. Four big names in the WWE. Two guys that have been made in the WWE, and two guys that sort of wish that they were higher up on the card than they really are in the long run. All of them had a time when there was a rumor that they were going to be going up against The Undertaker. Everybody sort of knew that this is Punk's year to go after the streak. He was one of the biggest names that they could put up there against the Thing. The other guys might have got a little bit of a rub from fighting The Undertaker, but only one guy really that we cared about going up to do it. Basically, Punk won the match. Undertaker came out. They put the WrestleMania 29 logo up on the screen, and that was it. The storyline got better as it went along, but if they would have started this with some sort of a storyline, instead of just CM Punk winning some fucking stupid match, it would have been a lot better. CM Punk's never won the Royal Rumble. He's had some good spots in the Rumble along the way. I think it was 2010. I believe it was the one that was in Atlanta. He drew a low number. No, I think it had to have been before that. No, it was 2010. He was in the Straight Edge Society. He asked Zack Ryder if he wanted to join, and then he kicked his ass. I don't know, very, very fun stuff. He drew a low number in there. 2011, I believe, he drew a low number as well. We got to see him, Daniel Bryan, William Regal. It was like a wrestler's wrestling Royal Rumble at the very beginning. Gave us a very fun thing to a very long match. It's always fun when they start us off that way, much like when Michaels and Undertaker were the last guys in the Royal Rumble, and the following year they drew number 1 and number 2 to try and recreate what they had done the year before, even though they were only going to be in there for 2 minutes before the next contestant came out. Very, very fun. I'm for CM Punk winning it, but honestly, this year, I know we might be behind the 8 ball. I'm picking Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble this year, mainly because I think that, I think they're going to use this whole thing. Like, some people have thought that, Daniel Bryan is taking a back seat, this Survivor Series with Big Show getting the push up to the main event. Bryan beat Randy Orton, I believe, twice, maybe 3 times out of this angle. Honestly, I sort of fallen out of love with Daniel Bryan going after the WWE Championship, and I think it's kind of good that he's taking this back seat. But I think as a character, he can't give up. I mean, in any promo he does, where it's him and Punk going up against the Wyatts, I would guess. Some people were rumored to saying this was going to be a 4-on-4, a classic Survivor Series match. I don't know who you would put up against with the Wyatts. I made a joke about bringing the Boogeyman back to join this team. And then who's going to be of the caliber that you can put up the team with Bryan and CM Punk? Bryan and CM Punk is a dream match for me. I would love to see that at WrestleMania. I think a lot of people would. I know that at one point it was on, the schedule to be at WrestleMania 27. But I think that Daniel Bryan in his promos for Survivor Series and for TLC, even if he's not going to be in the ring with Triple H, needs to be mentioning with Triple H that, he was screwed out of his spot. And he might not get that title shot today. He might not give it tomorrow. But every match he has, whether it's on Raw, it's on SmackDown, it's on a pay-per-view, he's going to be going out to prove that he should be the #1 contender. And if Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, they can't, they can't shut him down from being in there. I don't want to draw comparisons to TNA. Everybody likes to point there at things, but it was like Dixie Carter didn't want AJ Styles. That's because they didn't sign him to a contract. But because he won the Bound for Glory series, even if it was stupid the way they did it, I hated the way that he had to do the comeback 20-point gauntlet in order to win the big one. But because he won it, he was able to get that title shot. He was able to win it, and now he's fucking wrestling in Mexico and Japan with a title. But it is what it is. But if he does win the Rumble, basically you can't stop him from going up against whoever the champion is at this time, John Cena or Randy Orton or whoever that would be along the way. Goldberg versus Ryback, I think, is a dream match. Ryback is starting to do Goldberg's moveset in order to move himself up the card. That would be a good match. If it happened, I'd be all for it. I think Goldberg went out of his way. He signed with WrestleCon. He's one of the featured guests there. WWE sort of screwed WrestleCon last year by stealing Bruno Sammartino in order to put him on the Hall of Fame, making it where he wouldn't be able to complete his contract over there. I did make a joke with them about Mickie James if she did sign with WWE, and WrestleCon said that she would still appear. It was in her deal, even if she did leave TNA to go to WWE. The contract still would happen because it was an artist deal. It wasn't a wrestling deal. So there, I guess maybe they would do the same thing with Goldberg if he was to be put in the Hall of Fame. I sort of saw it as him signing with them, knowing that they weren't going to be bringing him in for the Hall of Fame. But here they are rumoring him for a match. I don't know what they would do if they would, try to give WrestleCon somebody in order to replace him. But if he is the main event, the guy that they're selling $100 tickets in order to meet him, to take a picture with him, way overpriced. They're going to be pretty pissed if they steal this guy away. I still think it's a long shot for Goldberg to be facing Ryback, but if it does, that's a good match. Punk versus Orton, I think that would be a good match. That would have to be with Punk winning the Rumble, as he said. Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan. An awesome dream match. Shawn Michaels, to me, honestly, I don't think we'll ever see him in a match. Will he be at WrestleMania? Yes, I guarantee it. Will it be as a special guest referee or in the corner manager, or will he be, on the access panel that talks about the show, wasting your money, talking about a show, trying to hype it up that you already paid for to watch? Yes. He is Mr. WrestleMania. He always will be involved. Will he wrestle again? I would bet money to say no. I think we've seen our last Shawn Michaels match. Will we talk about Shawn Michaels returning at every WrestleMania? Yes. Will it ever happen? I don't think so. Undertaker versus Sting. I've talked about this 1,000 times. That is a dream match. Yes, I do like the fact that you put him up and you said this would be awesome if it was handled in a Hell in a Cell. Honestly, I think Undertaker is at the point that I think almost every match he has at WrestleMania you should put in a Hell in a Cell. That's just sure to become, Undertaker's fortress. You don't have to really make it that everybody's trying to escape, but you can just make it how, it's supposed to be. Undertaker is from hell. Hell in the Cell, easy to put together there for you. Rhodes versus Goldust, I do agree with you. I do think this is a match that was planned since WrestleMania 27, and with Goldust being there, it is honestly something that they're building towards, and I did like the fact that you drew the comparisons that of Goldust always saying that, you know, Dusty was always there for Cody. He was never there for Dustin. Dusty, took care of of Dustin in order to get him into wrestling, and then sort of left him alone in order to figure out everything on his own as he was in WCW. And at one point, Goldust went to WWF, and then they went a long time without talking to each other. If you ever wanted a good background on their relationship, I don't think it's really talked about in Dusty Rhodes' shoot interview with our video. I think it's sort of honestly covered up. I think it's discussed. But if you were to buy Dustin Rhodes' Goldust's book, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Crossroads or something like that. Very, very good, very detailed discussion about the argument that Dusty and Dustin had about Terry Reynolds, which led to them talking or not talking for years and years. And honestly, yes, I think that's a very good thing to bring up to start this feud. Have Dusty out there sort of in the corner, rooting for one son, but rooting for the other at the same time, and not running. He wants these guys to beat the hell out of each other because this is WrestleMania. This is their moment. But at the end, the Rhodes family has to come together, and they have to be stronger than when they were. Maybe have the heel turn from Goldust, but in this match, sort of have them come back together. Maybe have some sort of feuding tag team run in at the end after this match is over, trying to get the easy hit on whoever the loser is, and the Rhodes family coming back together and fighting them off to sort of give you a good moment, and maybe even have them booked at Extreme Rules as a tag team, as the Rhodes clan to end this storyline. But Ravi, when you write this down on paper, the main man himself is not booked for WrestleMania. Are you hoping that he breaks his neck? Is there some sort of injury that you see happening in the future? What are you doing with John Cena? You're taking away Ryback. Had an awesome match on SmackDown. Punk, the second banana in the WWE. Randy Orton, the guy that basically they're calling the A+ player. Undertaker. Daniel Bryan. What do you have for John Cena? Do you get to do John Cena versus Wade Barrett? John Cena versus The Miz? Oh, fuck that. That ain't happening. Miz ain't nowhere to be seen anywhere on TV. This is a dream WrestleMania. You have a damn good card. But unless you got Hulk Hogan returning, which who knows what the hell that's going to happen. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy if that does happen. You're missing the man himself. That's what you need to go back to the drawing board and try and figure out. That's why it's so hard to book a WrestleMania so far out in advance. It's hard to even... It's hard even once they give you the Royal Rumble winner come January to book and write down the proper WrestleMania card, even for somebody who reads the sheets and listens to every podcast in the world every day, to predict what is the good WrestleMania card, because whoever puts this together, sometimes it's a string of luck, sometimes it's just, throwing darts at a dartboard, trying to make sure you get everybody onto the card. Everybody can remember WrestleMania 28. I like to call it Raw versus SmackDown, but it was Teddy Long versus John Laurinaitis match. Everybody was in there. The managers, the minis, this, that, the other. Just fucking get out there and try and make some sense of the deal. We don't really care about it. Just get out there and make that bonus check. But where's Cena? The man himself, Ravi. That's all I gotta say. Peace out.